Alrighty everyone! Today I'm going to talk about energy. Ow! Loud! Hello! I must say that it's not been an easy topic for me to get into words since the enormous delay and now my split eardrum from everybody celebrating. But especially when we have to use metaphors and symbolism and examples, etc., etc., to describe a thing that can't really be quantified to begin with. The reason why is because energy itself is relative. Not necessarily in the eye of the beholder fashion, but more in the context of how we use the word itself. The word energy means so many different things, and it all depends on what you relate it to. So I'm going to get the ball rolling by comparing a few of the different contexts available, and hope it'll provide some food for thought. Well, first off, energy as it relates to matter. It's a pretty simple topic usually. Energy is the most basic component of matter, as readily shown by Einstein's ever-present E equals mc squared. In a way, everything on this level boils down to energy. Physics, the study of force and motion and the very nature of reality, is really all about how reality reflects the use and measurement of energy in its many forms. Heat, light, magnetism, gravity, which side of a slice of bread will hit the floor more often if one has peanut butter and the other has jam. Anyways, or even the study of the atom. Protons, electrons, neutrons, a quark, and any other of those little dots of energy swirling about that we happen to discover later on. In essence, energy and matter are one and the same. Now, of course, energy, when it's been put into motion, is a little more relevant to the topic at hand. Especially when it comes down to effort. How you manipulate energy. By this I mean more than that Sunday move where you're the one stuck with the refrigerator. Mental effort, willpower, putting a mental focus on something you need to accomplish. That's all energy too. This is one of the facets of what we call spiritual energy. The exercising of your will. Any kind of physical or mental effort that you put towards a goal is energy being focused and used. The idea of things like meditation and self-discipline are focused on learning to narrow down your will and effort into specific tasks that are more likely to have a positive effect on yourself and those around you. By learning to do things like, only focus on one goal at a time, and you don't waste effort, see, energy, on too many things at once, allowing you to actually achieve that certain something you always wanted. Now, of course, with all that effort tends to come emotion. This is where, with energy, the terms of positive and negative come into play. The emotion you have attached to your energy, it's sort of like, well, obviously your motivation. And it's always there. The emotion comes from you, and what motivates you to take action. Generally, emotions that help to further the success of your actions, the ones that support you and inspire you to press on, are generally thought of as being positive, while emotions that, well, do the opposite are usually called negative. Other words that are commonly used are, like high and low vibration. It means generally the same thing, but with an added allusion to the quality of the energy itself. High vibration energy is very positive. It tends to feel warm, it carries a sense of safety and comfort, has a buzz about it that can be at times almost tactile, especially when there's a lot of it there. It's like it has a strong charge about it that makes you tingle all over. And negative energy has, obviously, a more negative spin. It involves negative emotions, a sense of feeling cold and shaky, like the warmth has been sucked out of the room. It can evoke feelings of insecurity and anxiety at times, or like having the hair raised on the back of your neck when you're being watched. One of the first sorts of sensitivity that people tend to develop involves feeling the difference between these two energy states. It's like picking up the sense of hostility between two people who are just fighting, even if you never actually saw it happen. Or, when you're home hunting, you walk through the front door of a house that's for sale, and you go, "This is my house. I like it here." It feels safe and warm and just immediately yours. But now that I've gotten all fluffy again, let's change the topic to how energy relates to your body itself. Your body has energy running all through and around it, all the time. Energy follows different channels, different lines running through you, not unlike that of your veins and arteries or your nervous system. Usually, these lines are called meridians, to borrow the term used in acupuncture. And there are a few major ones, along with a host of minor branches, that in effect allow your energy to flow to every part of your body. The state of your meridians and how easily this energy can flow from one place to the next is often a mirror of the state of your physical body itself. When one is unhealthy, the other follows suit, and vice versa, which is the basic concept behind energy working being used to heal. Energy can be blocked in these channels, or it can start leaking out or pool in the wrong place, and as I said, it can be both to be triggered by a corresponding physical ailment, or it can also be the cause of a physical ailment. The two are connected because they mirror each other. Like the saying, as above, so below. A healer focuses on fixing the energy and trusting that the body will follow. Like I said a little bit earlier, energy is also tied with emotion. Quite often, these blockages and pools and other malorders are rooted in a long-standing emotional cause. Perpetual stress or anxiety is a really big one. Fears of all sorts, old traumas, and all that fun stuff that are all things contributing to your health. And so a healer learns to help a person deal with these as well. This is why learning to work with energy isn't just waving your hands about and thinking warm, fuzzy thoughts. It's why holistic healers and Reiki masters also act just as often as guidance counselors and spiritual crisis managers, is because they go for the root of the problem and try and prevent it from being caused again while they're also trying to get rid of the symptoms themselves. And this, in an odd sort of way, leads me to the chakras, just because I have nothing left to say about that last topic. Where your meridians and lines are your blood and nerves, the chakras are your energy organs. Each one is tied to specific organs actually, so that isn't really very far off. I'm going to go into more specific detail about these in a later video, but for now I'm going to stick with the basics. You have 7 major chakras, and then you have a bunch of smaller ones all over the place on your body. They're all points where the meridians cross each other, intersections where the energy collects and forms little balls that help to regulate the flow. The 7 major ones everyone has heard of in one capacity or another, I'm sure. The root, groin, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, all of which line up with the spine and run from bottom to top. There are 7 similar small ones in the feet that correspond with the 7 majors. Each hand has a chakra, which is why they're often used in energy working. The chakra facilitates the inward and outward flow of energy. And people have a pair of chakras, or wings would be, and in a number of other places that correspond with various pressure points, all of which help to form yet more of the picture of your general state of physical health and well-being. And the stronger that these chakras get, the more energy that flows through them and you. Expanding outward from there is the aura. This is the energy of your body that kind of radiates outward and has a few different functions. It has several layers that interact and mesh with each other, each reflective, once again, of your physical, mental, and emotional/spiritual states. It also acts always as a sort of shield against your energetic environment. It's kind of like how your skin stops problematic substances from getting into you. The energy prevents the baggage of others' strong emotional states, and sometimes attacks themselves from getting through and harming you. Of course, like your skin, it can also get dirty from time to time. Some of the stuff it protects you from sticks and needs to be scraped off. Another broad branch of spiritualism is focused on keeping your aura, quote-unquote, clean and strong by promoting positive attitudes and finding methods of scraping off the slough. This is why smudge is a popular substance to use during meditation, magic rites and rituals, the empowering of your crystal collections or other energy tools and that sort of thing. Other simple methods include running water. Yeah, taking a shower. Have you ever noticed how you don't just feel clean after one, but you feel better too, no matter what kind of a day you've had? There's also, of course, a few crystals that do the same thing and meditative techniques as well. Expand a little further out and we come to matters of the spirit itself. To me, the spirit is a combination of all of the above, with one, minor difference. There's no body. Your spirit is a term used for the collection of your energy. Its build and form and vibration/emotion combined with your consciousness and overall state of being. Look at it this way. Everything I've mentioned are all components of your spirit, just like how your organs and bones and skin and hair and all that fun stuff are all part of your body. Your energy and chakras and aura are all part of your spirit. That about wraps up today's introduction to energy. And no, I'm afraid there's no meditation technique right now. There was too much to cover, and I only have a 10-minute limit after all. But part 2 is next, so hang on to your cosmic thoughts, and I'll see you again!